Hey, welcome to Board Game. Today I'm Brett. In my hands is two things that I've been looking forward to since they've been announced. These are the Vanguard Space Marines, the Ultramarines Infiltrators, and Incursors from Joy Toy. Games Workshop has been doing a lot of licensing over the past year and a half. They've really, 2 years or so, they've really upped the output, the game, and have been releasing tons and tons of stuff. One big expansion has been through action figures, not just the miniatures that they put out for their games, but companies doing some really cool stuff with their figures in different scales and turning them into toys. Of course, we have McFarlane with their stuff. We have Bandai with their higher priced stuff. And then we have the Joy Toy stuff, which seems to be all over the place. They have exploded with their offerings in recent months. Of course, we have all of this. They've got, I can't even go over what's going out. It's just an amazing, amazing list. You will soon be able to probably field an entire army just with Joy Toy figures. So we're going to go and we're going to review both of these two separate videos. I'm excited for this. So let's get started. Alright, in my hands is the Joy Toy Vanguard Space Marine Ultramarine Infiltrators. I'm super excited for this. This is the first chance I've had to actually go and look at these figures in my hand. The box is massive. Of course, you get 4 Ultramarines in this. Enough to play around, so it should be really interesting. I have no idea what to expect. It is a big box. Already, I'm kind of impressed that we have 4 small, tiny boxes within for each figure. These are all 1/18 scale. So let's explore what's in inside. Show off the back of this. So alright, we've got this one contains 1 collection action figure. Okay, simple enough. Let's check out the packaging for this. See a lot of this type of plastic packaging. It's pretty common. We can see everything laid out. Nice display. Cool is there's a lot of accessories for this, but at the same time I don't feel quite overwhelmed with that we have some other figures. Alright, let's do the stand test. We haven't done a stand test on these yet. Oh, super simple. This is easy enough. But of course we have to do the backpack. Let's do the backpack. The first thing I've noticed off of this is, so, of course, we've done the Bandai, we've done the McFarlane figures. The Bandai and McFarlane figures are very different in their style and what they've got. This is much more like the Bandai figures with, it just kind of feels like, I hate to say cheap plastic, but it's just in my hands that kind of what it reminds me of. Let's go with the bend tests. We got the toe bends, the foot back and forth, up and down. That's a lot of movement. Knee here. Hip, great movement. See if the waist moves. Solid movement there. Arms, what do you kind of expect with the slight shoulder pad? Elbow, looks like it's got a double joint at the elbow. Wrist, all around. And then finally, let's get the head movement. Alright, let's look at the accessories. First up, we've got some patches, put that, or some pouches, I mean. Put that there. We've got 2 different guns. We have one with a holster with the gun in it. And then there is a holster without a gun, because we have the pistol outside of the holster. And then, of course, this monstrosity of a weapon. Big, giant bolt pistol. There is no, like, it doesn't describe what everything is, which is cool. It's totally fine. All right. Of course, we have tons of hands as well that you can go and add to the figure. Let's see how easy it is to get the gun in the hand. Super simple. Super easy to position. Really nice. This is fantastic. As far as the design of the character or the figure, the paint looks great. There's some nice shading. This is something I think you kind of see in a lot of people's painting of their actual figures themselves, which is great to see. I think compared to the Bandai, this is way better. And the McFarlane, I actually might say this is better as well. It really comes down to what scale you like between those two. But as far as details, painting, movement, all that, this is really, really impressive figure. All right, let's go with the rest of them. Let's. We got 4 total to do. Now keep in mind that I think the price point for all of these is going to vary depending on where you get it. You know, I've seen it anywhere from $100 to $150 for all 4 figures, which puts the individual figures in the price point of around the McFarlane figures. I do notice the McFarlane figures have been going on sale a lot, so I don't know if that says a lot about that line. But what's coming out for the Joy Toy line is beyond impressive. This is super, super, super nice. Now, normally I'd go into a lot more detail about the figures and pieces and what they've got, but honestly, I don't play Space Marines, so not the best thing for me to talk about. This one's a little bit different. Check out that wrist that we got there. Of course, the helmet's different on this one. I think it's something I really, really enjoy about this line is each figure has such personality and varies so much compared to the next. This isn't just, you know, get one Marine and you get pretty much everyone. Every Marine is different, which is pretty cool. And that's one of the things I always liked about GW is that you really can make your army unique and stand out. So let's we're going to give him the bolter as well. But even with all the extra, standing up, no problem. What's interesting is so the boxes do have pictures for each figure. So at least you can see that, since the boxes aren't just generic for all 4 of them. Alright, we got probably what's supposed to be the sergeant. I've never seen the Joy Toy stuff in person. I'm like really, really impressed by these. Whoops, hand came off. See how easy to get back on. Answer is super easy. All right. Let's vary this a little bit. Let's go with the empty one. Put pouches on. face on this one looks really cool. I'm liking this. It's pretty cool. I think it's going to look great when they do. I think there's a Space Wolves one coming out. Those faces are going to be pretty badass if this is any indication. I'm going to leave the bolter in there. Some variation. Last one. Just another kind of generic Marine. Another one hand popped off. Look at the figures really quick. Each one is super unique. While, you know, the bodies are the same, each figure has a lot of personality. And like a good Marine squad, no two are the same. Other thing I'm noticing is the backpack, the vents swivel, which I think is really interesting. It's not something I think I've ever seen or thought about in the 40K universe. So, intriguing. But overall, I mean, these are really nice figures. These are really, really, really nice figures. I'm impressed with the batch as the first group of Joy Toy figures that I've had a chance to experience and play with. I'm impressed. The painting's really nice. The details are great. The figures all stand out. It's very unique. We'll show each off. And I can't wait to see what else they've got. They've got some really cool stuff coming out. I know Chaos Space Marines. There are Space Wolves coming out. We've got Dreadnoughts coming out. There's rumored tanks coming. This is going to be a hell of a figure line. And honestly, at this point, I would just give up if I was Bandai. McFarlane might be able to have a case and make a little bit of a challenge on these depending on where they go. But so far, this to me is the line to compete against. I'm super, super, super impressed with all this. Articulation is great, painting great, accessories are great. I would love to see some accessory packs for these. Would be really cool so that you could accessorize or to you can make them more unique than they already are. Overall, I'm impressed. I mean, just the hazard on that is really, really good. It's better than I can paint. You should be able to still get these. We'll have a link underneath the video where you can purchase your own. It will be an affiliate link, so we do get a small percentage by doing that. You'll support our site. Thank you so much. If you want the latest Games Workshop news, check us out every single day at BoardGameToday.com. Of course, we're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, Instagram, all at Board Game Today, keeping it nice and consistent. Until next time, keep rolling that dice. Get your game on. Hey, thanks for watching Board Game Today. We always appreciate your views and your support, but there are so many ways for you to support our site. Not only can you do it right here on video, but you can go and check us out at boardgametoday.com, where we have more news, reviews, interviews, everything you could ever want. But since you're here, if you could, you can always give us a like, subscribe, or share our videos or watch something else. Is always much appreciated, and get your game on.